What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Taste Like Music. Jason, Joe, and Krams are here. It is Psychedelic Furs week, the final week of Crantober, and it's time for songs. We ranked the albums. Check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. But today, as we do every week, top 10 songs of that same band, Psychedelic Furs, and Joe is kicking it off.
Already, Psychedelic Furs, liked them more than I thought, which was cool. Have a decent variety from the albums. I'm gonna kick it off number 10 with Alice's House. Really like that little like Cars-like guitar riff that goes up and down in the chorus. There's big backing vocals, and there's some nice piano in it, which is nice. It's mysterious, a little dangerous as well. Number 9, Imitation of Christ from the debut. I really like the guitar sound a lot, even though it's a little bit buried, and for how messy like the song all is. I think the chorus is hugely catchy, which is interesting in an album kind of, filled with dissonance and psychedelia and all these things. It's still catchy underneath. Number 8, I got Shock from Midnight to Midnight. Between the almost hair metal guitar and huge sax leads, really doesn't sound much like the same band from 1980, but I like Butler's vocals. They're smooth and sexy. And I think they do, the big stereotypical 80s sellout sound really well. There's nothing wrong with that. Number 7, I'm with Heartbeat. That squawking horn intro is really cool. And it just explodes into this like disco tune with a great buoyant sax hook. They can do brooding, they can do fun, they can do all sorts of stuff. Interesting, very unique and varied catalog there. Number 6, I got India. Love the drums from Vince, that cool wall of sound production. Butler's got like this quick cadence on vocals, which is nice. There's some charging bass work. It sounds like, Britpop in Manchester a little bit would sound like 10 years later. Number 5, I got President Gas, dark political satire set to a nice bouncy disco bass line. Number 4, I'm going to go with Heartbreak Beat, another one from their sellout record of Midnight to Midnight. But, they've been dealing in pop since at least 1981. And despite the typical sounding 80s production, I think it's just an incredibly catchy song, and that's really all I need. Number 3, Forever Now. Love the synth sound. The rhythm section is so tight on this. Butler's bass, really great, bouncy, prominent, and some nice backing vocals. And I love the production job from Todd. I think he smoothed them out just enough. And it just sounds fantastic. Number 2 is going to be Pulse. I love those bass slurs, especially in the intro. Wicked drums from Vince. And to me, it sounds like Elvis Costello, like punked up, a little roughened up a little bit. Something off this year's model, maybe. And I really like Butler's vocals, even though they're not quite my style. I think he does so much with his voice. Number 1, though, is pretty much the most obvious, easiest choice in history. Love My Way. That marimba is such an excellent hook. And I love the way it just goes right into the chorus. It's dreamy and melodic and just awesome. Great drums, too. That kick drum he does is just insane. I love the way it sounds. And Butler's doing some cool poppy bass work as well. It has everything. It's everything you could possibly want in a song. And it's my number 1.
All right, my Psychedelic Furs top 10. Number 10, I've got Ash Wednesday from Made of Rain. Love the drum part on this. It's almost like the Rosanna Shuffle, but it's got all these extra syncopated drum hits in it. Really jazzy, just creates this awesome vibe. Really good song as well. Number 9, I've got Book of Days. Super, super Cure sounding. It's got that big, wide, fat snare sound with the snare disengaged. Just really dark and ominous. Really loved seeing them go in this direction after Midnight to Midnight. From that same record at number 8, I've got House. And I think this is just a great example of how you do that great kind of alternative college rock sound. Really catchy, but the production isn't overly slick. Number 7, I've got Heartbreak Beat from my least favorite album of theirs, but this song is really, really strong. It overcomes all of the production flaws, and I actually really like the synth sound on the chorus of this one. Number 6, I've got Heaven To me, this is like their Lips Like Sugar, just a pure pop song, but just so good, so catchy. And I love that triplet pattern on the kick drum. Super killer, just really pushes the song. Number 5, I have Only a Game. Love the attitude on this one. Really cool and tough, but also a little detached. Something Butler does better than almost any other frontman. Number 4, I've got Here Come Cowboys, sandwiched between two monster pop songs, but not to be overlooked. I think it's a little tougher and a little more driving than those other two surrounding it on the record, but I love the chorus on this one too. And I think there's like a little bit of like a flock of seagulls influence on this with some of the delays and stuff happening in the guitars. Number 3, I've got All of This and Nothing, probably their first truly great song, great rhythm section, super cool chorus, some really great guitar lines, and then you get that acoustic outro part where the band fades back in, which is a really, really interesting decision. Number 2, I've got Love My Way, an immaculate tune, would be most bands' number ones, the marimba, the synth, Flo and Eddie, just a great song all around, great production as well. But number 1 for me is The Ghost in You. It made my Song of the Year list in 84, and if I had a do-over, it would probably be my favorite Song of the Year, actually. I initially gave it to Hello Again, but I think it would be this. And this might be a top 20 song of all time for me. I absolutely love this song.
Don't drink the Dr. Pepper. It's gone bad. Jason is losing his mind. Spoiler alert, my number one's going to be Love My Way because it's obviously the best song. Good Lord, man. My number 10 is It Goes On. Love the downhill pace, that really awesome guitar tone, but the bass driving everything is what it's all about. I love the drum breakdown as well. Number 9, Pretty in Pink, just beautiful song, really catchy, endearing, sweet, pretty cool bass line. Number 8, Dumb Waiters. I love his singing on it. I love the beat, that weird synthy hook, so good. I just really like his attitude, busting out that rhythm, and there's like this really cool muffled guitar solo. Feels like it's like trying to break out from being suffocated. Number 7, All of This and Nothing. I love the acoustic guitar sound, the swagger in the drums, so much style and danceable feng shui. Great hi-hat work. It's really catchy in the chorus. Great in the slower parts as well. Number 5, I've got Heaven. I love the airiness to it. It's really beautiful and up in the clouds. Love the soft synth sound, and it really has a pretty guitar solo, and not really crazy about the production on this album, but it's just a damn good song. I'm sorry, that was number 6, right? Number 6 was Heaven. Number 5, I've got Wrong Train from Made in Rain. I love him crying out, I'm never coming home again, and that big wide open guitar lead doing all the emotional work with like a meow, 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 meow. Just such a cool sound to it, and it just sends me. Next, I've got Only You and I, pretty hard rockin' and heavy, big tom hits, big arpeggio, and deep thundering bass. I love when he does the This Is Not a Joke part, big screeching guitars in the chorus, and I love that twinkling little like key part that sounds like early U2. Very cool. Number 3, I've got Goodbye. I like the dance beat a lot. And Joe and Jason were talking about how they're like almost closer to punk than post-punk with a lot of stuff, and I think you can kind of hear it on this song. It's almost Clash-like with that rhythm section, and I love the keys lead and that really cool whining, bending guitar part. Number 2, I've got President Gas. Joe's right, it's awesome. The disco beat and the lyrics and that cool voice, that part alone makes it for me. Awesome and lively and kind of eccentric, and has that really cool breakdown. Number 1 is Love My Way. Come on. It's amazing. The way the bass and the drums kind of gallop together to build up like a big heartbeat in the chorus and everything. It's just perfect, dude. There's no way Ghost in You is better than that song. No way. And used very well in the film Call Me By Your Name from 2017.
And The Wedding Singer from a while back.
1997. Neither of those films, and I dare you to name a film that has the song Ghosted With You or Ghost in You or whatever. I'm really upset, Jason, this whole week. My
Counting
whole
Crows
life.
cover Ghost in You and Clueless.
Really?
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's dope. But there you go. There's a
rubbing his hand. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Check back tomorrow for side 3. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.